sister Shumi, and today we are going to be talking about mental health. Now, mental health can be described as the level or state of your psychological well-being. Now, as Girl of Quality, we are constantly on the go being the girl bosses that we are. And although it's a good thing that we're out being busy, it is just as important for us to make sure that we take some time to slow down and take time for ourselves. In contemporary times, the topic of mental health has increased because of the increase in depression, anxiety, and suicides that we see in our communities, in our society. I encourage everyone on watching this video to make sure that they stay in prayer and read the word. However, there is more that we can do or to add on to maintain good mental health. It is important for us to have a good support system. I encourage everyone to have healthy relationships with their parents, their pastors, their friends, to have a mentor, and I also recommend therapy if that's an option for you. In the church, we don't talk about therapy a lot, and it can often be seen as a taboo topic, but I want you to know that there's nothing wrong with going to therapy. There's nothing wrong with seeking help. To find out if therapy is an option for you, ask your parents to see if your insurance covers it. And if you're on your own insurance, contact your provider and see what options may be available for you. And if you go to the universities in the United States, most colleges do offer some sort of free sessions or free therapy. So just contact your school and see what is an option for you. You don't have to go through life alone. Please seek counsel. Throughout the book of Proverbs, we are encouraged by the author to seek good counsel. Now we just have to be discerning about who we allow to counsel us. Self-care is a great way of maintaining good mental health. Taking time out of your day to focus on yourself is really healthy. I know for some of us, what we use as a form of self-care is binge watching shows on Netflix. And although there's nothing wrong with watching TV, it cannot and should not be our only form of self-care. And that is why today I'm going to be sharing with you guys a couple of ways that I go about my self-care and maintaining good mental health. So first off, we're going to be making matcha. Now, matcha is a green tea that some say has antioxidants that prevent cancer, type 2 diabetes, and is a relaxing agent. But honestly, I like making matcha because it reminds me of my freshman year of college. So for making matcha, today you're going to need your matcha. This one I got at the local grocery store for $3.99, although I know that matcha is usually not this cheap. You can order online on Amazon, or Costco has big packs. You're going to need a frother for your milk. This one I got off of Amazon for like $10, as well as your whisk for the matcha. This was also $10 on Amazon. And this came with the matcha set. It came with this scooper for the matcha and a spoon, although you could just use a regular tablespoon or teaspoon. You don't need to have this bamboo one. You're going to need a cup and a half of warm water. You're going to need a bowl to mix your matcha in. You're going to need a sweetener. Today I'm going to be using agave, although you can use honey, you can use sugar, whatever you like. You're going to use about a teaspoon or more. Matcha does have a type of chalky, earthy taste to it, so you can add as much to your discretion. And then you're going to need 2/3 of warmed up milk. Milk is substitutable, so if you're lactose intolerant or don't like milk, you can use almond milk, oat milk, cashew milk, whatever your heart desires. I know 2/3 of milk may seem a lot, but you want more milk because most of this is going to become froth, so it's not going to be as much liquid, as much milk. And of course you need your cup. This is mine. Get your happy on. Love your mug. So yeah, so first up you're going to want to have your scoop of matcha. I'm going to use my scooper, although this is going to be the equivalent of about a teaspoon or half a teaspoon, depending on the size of your cup. Because mine is a medium size, I'm not going to need as much matcha. You're going to add your agave milk or your sweetener. You're going to use about a teaspoon. That's about a teaspoon. You can add more to your discretion. And then you're going to add your water, all of it at once. And then you're going to whisk. You don't want your whisk to be hitting the floor of your bowl, and you're gonna whisk for about 30 seconds. Okay, now that we are done whisking our matcha, it is kind of a dark earthy green, but don't be discouraged. The milk is gonna give it a lighter color. And then next you're gonna take your milk that's been warmed up. I warmed this up for about a minute. And then you're gonna take your frother, you just click on the button, you hold it, and you froth your milk. And you're gonna froth this for about 30 to 45 seconds, although you might wanna be on the longer side because it will just make it better tasting the more frothier your milk is. And you wanna whisk it around up and down. All right. Now our milk is all frothed, and it's time to put all your ingredients together. So you're gonna pour your matcha into your cup. There's still a little matcha remaining of the powder in the bottom, so instead of pouring that all into my cup, I'm just gonna leave it out. Or you can try whisking it. Oh, this is a good amount of matcha. Ignore the spill that's there. And then you're gonna put your milk in. I like making matcha as a form of self-care because it is a simple, untasking task. It's something small that I can do for myself. It's not going to add on to the stress of my day, and it just allows me to have time to think for myself and of myself, to reflect, and it's something tasty that I'm going to get at the end of it. And there you go. You have some nice matcha. Another way that I maintain good mental health is by journaling. As you can see from this mountain of books, journaling really helps me decipher my thoughts. It helps me talk about my emotions and just keeps me focused. I have different journals for different aspects of my life. This journal is for my health, if I want to lose weight, or just making sure that I'm keeping track of eating healthy. This one is my devotional one. When I'm reading the word, I write down what jumped out of me or the relations that I have. This one is a journal for traveling that I've not used yet because of COVID. I have not gone anywhere. And then this one for me is my life. This one you'll find all my deep, dark secrets in. I like journaling, and journaling is a good way for me to self-care because it just allows me to take time to stop the day and just think about myself and reflect. I can reflect on my actions, my emotions, because sometimes when we're so busy with life, we are allowing ourselves to suppress our emotions or how we feel to keep on going, and that can be really detrimental to our self-care and to our mental health, because you're just pushing those things down and they never get air to talk about, and then you just implode. And so journaling helps me from imploding. Now I know for some people they say that journaling isn't for them because they're not a good writer, because they don't have time for it, they don't know where to start, and I'm here to tell you that journaling is accustomed to you, that there's no one way to journal. You don't have to be a good writer to journal. In fact, you don't even have to write at all to journal. In fact, there's a form of journaling called bullet journaling where you can do drawings like these ones, having pictures, you can tape in flowers, you can add movie tickets, sentimental things, you can just write words around. So there's no one way. There's also moon boarding or vision boards you might have heard of. This is my moon board for 2020. You can put scriptures. This is the title of a message that I had heard in the beginning of the year earlier. One of my goals for the year was self-love, so I wrote down mementos, pictures, mantras. These were all the places I was going to travel this year. So really, journaling is just how you want to do it. And if you are writing in a journal physically, I say the best way to start is just write a date and just go from there. Sometimes I write my prayers in my journal. I write spoken word in my journal. So it really can be anything that you want. The purpose is just to take time for yourself and to decompress and to just make sure that you're working out your feelings and emotions. Anyway, guys, that is it for today's video. I know it took a little bit longer than I thought it was going to take, but these are some of the ways that I take care of myself, just a couple of them. So if you weren't really having a self-care regimen, here are just some ideas. And if you already did had a good self-care regimen, here are just some more maybe you can add under to your belt. Let me know in the comments below what you guys do for self-care, and if you want any more recommendations, also let us know in the comments down below, and I'll be back with another video. Thank you guys for your time. Stay safe and remember that you are loved. Bye.